think as artists, a lot of us need to learn to just post things we aren't totally proud of and move on. Not just for the sake of moving on, but also for the sake of stepping back and getting another perspective. I almost didn't post my Ray Toro drawing because at the time I was really unhappy with it. I considered it low effort and not to the best of my ability, and I thought people were gonna not like it. I actually thought people were gonna make fun of it. But it's probably one of, if not my most popular piece on all of my social media, and some of the nicest comments I've ever gotten were on that drawing. Now, part of this is probably just because Ray Toro fans are very passionate and kind, but it's also a nice reminder that sometimes you need a fresh set of eyes on your work. Your favorite pieces aren't necessarily going to be your audience's favorites, and pieces that you hate doesn't mean that your audience is going to hate them. And only posting what you're proudest of could deprive you of the opportunity to see that you've been too harsh on your work. I still think I could have done that piece much better, and objectively, the process I took while making it was lower effort than what I normally do. But I don't hate it anymore like I originally had. I know what I would do differently if I were to redo or fix it, but I definitely see it in a different light now. I feel happy now when I look at it instead of embarrassed and frustrated like I originally had. And I guess that was kind of like an eye-opening moment for me. I actually do this with most of my work. I very rarely am happy with the art that I post, but we gotta keep rolling. However, sometimes my audience's responses to a piece will really surprise me, and something that I hated and almost didn't post will end up being like a favorite amongst them. This isn't to say to rely on social media for your self-confidence. Definitely do not do that. And it is a good skill to be able to identify weak points within your own work, but it's also very true that we are our worst critics, and sometimes your followers or friends can knock you back into a kinder perspective. It can also develop a really nice communication and feedback loop with your audience. I've noticed more of my audience taking the time to write more in-depth comments about like what they like about my work, and that's very valuable to me because I know what my weak points are, but I don't necessarily know on my own what my strong points are. So I think if your goal is to share art, then it's worth worrying less about sharing your best work and to just focus on sharing art. I promise you people want to see it.